So a few weeks ago, me and some friends were chilling on the terrace of a rented Airbnb overlooking Lake Como. As we looked out across the lake, I said to one of my friends, I bet you could swim across there. Not a chance, he said. And I guess that's how this idea was born. We looked at a map and found that the narrowest point across the lake was at Dervio. The next weekend, we set out to rent a boat. So myself and Graham would be swimming across, with our friends Arthur and Clara kindly agreeing to act as our support boat. As we approached Dervio and the point where we planned to make the crossing, we realised that there was a lot of kite surfers out on the water, and that traffic could present a major problem to the completion of this trip. We considered this problem in the planning stages of the trip, so before setting out, we purchased some safety buoys to act as a deterrent to any boat traffic or kite surfers, and to give us something to grab onto if we encountered any problems while swimming. So this is our plan. We're going to start from this beach here, little rocky beach, and we're going to swim the whole way across, and we're going to aim for this big red crane in the middle of all those kite surfers.
Terrible idea.
And we are going to do it despite Arthur's negativity that he's been bringing to this party all day.
Yeah, the nerves are weakening now, I'd say. But you know what? It's Friday then! So do it! Exactly. I mean, they have been training for 6 months for this, so it does make sense. Periodisation of the athlete. You go to the end of the season and you peak for the final trophy, final event, and that's exactly what the boys are doing.
So although he's half joking here, Arthur actually has a point. Neither of us are very strong swimmers, and although we had taken some precautions to minimise the risk, there was still a lot of inherent danger in what we were actually attempting to do here. I believe though, that in order to push your limits and find out what you're truly capable of, you need to learn to become comfortable with a little bit of risk. So, with all of our safety precautions set and ready to go, there's only one thing left to be said.
Let's do it!
Boys must be out of their minds.
The crossing itself was about 2 kilometres, and as we were closing in on the opposite bank, it looked like we were going to complete it in under an hour. There were a couple of moments in the swim when a speedboat or a kite surfer would get pretty close, but overall, I never felt in danger at any point. I don't know if you can see clearly in this clip, but as I kicked up onto that little dock, my leg went into the worst cramp I've ever felt, and I was just stuck hanging off the edge of the dock for about a minute before I could eventually pull myself up. So we completed the swim in 58 minutes. As I sit now and reflect and look back on the trip, it wasn't really about the swim or the challenge or pushing one's limits. The thing that I've taken most from this is that you're surrounded by really good people and true friends when even though they think what you're doing is completely ridiculous and a terrible idea, they still agree to be your support boat and are there for you, no matter what.